I took the cover off the aisle.
Hey, Ed.
Did you get, like, educated?
No, I think the FAA took care of that. Julie's here, what did we do wrong this time? Well, she probably just thought we were such a nice guy, she wouldn't be.
Don't know, I didn't invite her. She just showed up.
What did we do wrong this time? Good.
I just enjoyed your company a lot so much last time, I thought I'd join you again.
So you wanna tell you?
I do have a couple questions.
Okay, no problem.
Well, I need to send you that grant application, so if you wanted to start talking to the council about setting up another fund.
Can I kick your chair now?
Sure.
Fun man. Oh,
Well, you still wanna create a new fund
yes,
for every
for every
grant,
grade,
right?
yes.
And this next one's gonna be mostly incoming, there's only gonna be one or two small bills getting paid out of it.
Right.
But then at the end, then you can
It's the
transfer.
process that wears me out. Between the revenue, the appropriation, the fund number, the paperwork, the advertisement,
Well, I wish they would let you just create
the
grant funds.
state board of accounts to have my head. They don't like it when you just do
You want a
things.
copy?
Yes.
And we literally just got done with.
Legally ended.
Can I use this one over for you? And just give it to you?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
we'll put you
would you
on
like me
one.
to kick your chair?
Nobody's gonna see it. What? I didn't make it.
She's got one.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, she, oh, hey.
I got
Oh, what, did you make copies of it too?
No,
Oh, she, she just got one somehow.
now I need one of them. I gotta put them in the minutes so the clerk doesn't get all excited and yell at me.
Oh, no. I'm not the clerk of this board, so it ain't me. I've decided I can't keep up with all the stuff that happens at council and board of works with all the.
Yeah.
I said, I'm just gonna start recording it and just taking it to my office and just hitting the play button and just, you know what, put it in, because a lot of clerks use AI now
Yeah.
to do the voice to.
And it's amazing how accurate they are, and they can even kind of cut out the.
Yeah, they don't like it verbatim, but
But
some people don't like it verbatim, it depends on what's said.
I can find out what app he uses. My secretary at my Huntington Airport Board, he uses an app on his phone. He lays it out there, it records everything, and then turns it into minutes for him, and then he just has to do a little bit of massaging and stuff at the end.
Well, I think, the last class that I just went to, when they talked about government AI, there's actually a government AI app that people who are in government entities use to keep from, the fraud and the spam and and all that, whatever. And then they talked about Claude and I don't even remember how many that they mentioned. And I was just like, there are way more AI things out there for minutes. And then when you go to those conferences, I have a conference next week, the State Board of Accounts School that they're putting on. They have all these vendors up there and they all want to sell you their product or want to get you, and I'm like, I'll contact you if I want it. But they all have these AI things and they have new municipal advisory stuff. They've got this and they got that, and they will not leave you alone. They hound you. So I don't put my business card to anything. But the bad part of it is the new lanyards that they give you with your name on it for the conference. The ILNCT puts a scan code on there, so if you walk through, they can just scan it, and I'm like, oh. So you know what I started doing? Turning it around backwards when I go through the exhibit hall, because you have to go through the exhibit hall to get from point A to point
Some of these, things like Zoom and Teams, they can record minutes now as well too.
Yeah.
And some of them even get a little attitude. We had this one meeting going on one time, and the minutes came out and said Juan Garrett, who hosted the meeting, was late.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, called him out
Wow.
in the minutes, so.
What about that? People.
Got a minute.
Look at you. Actually, according to me, I have 3, but wait, let's just see.
6:57.
You're 3 minutes to spare.
All right.
Look at you.
I just emailed Tom and asked him what app he uses. He loves it.
You're gonna be replaced by now.
Well, he's already
No, we
recording.
still have to control that out.
You good? Good, there you go. Alright. Staying out of trouble or are you causing trouble?
Staying out of trouble's no fun.
Okay. You're doing good.
Makes people wonder what you've been up to.
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Just saying. You know, if they have that questionable look on their face, like, give somebody something to do if they're wondering what I've been doing. And if they're talking about me, they're leaving somebody else alone.
So Ed, on this,
There
update on Swift, were you planning for me to do that, or you do it, or both of us? Update on Swift.
That's you.
Oh.
Oh, that's you.
I have developments as of yesterday and today, actually.
What you got there is what was sent out. Late. You can't realize.
Well, you've been going through a lot, so it's all right.
I just, I can't put it out. Go back.
Mm.
I want you to know I got out of the pool for this.
Oh,
Sacrifice.
sacrifice.
For tan today.
I was literally laying on a floaty and Keith goes, "Do you know what time it is?" And I went, "Time to go." He goes, "You better get dried off."
My phone says it's 7 o'clock, so nobody objects. Let's call the meeting to order. And Ed has sent out the meeting minutes, both from the June 11th meeting and from the special meeting we had. Or I guess I made a note of the special when I sent them out. Does anybody have any questions about them? I will say this, I didn't take a real good job of taking notes. It's hard to do when you're trying to keep the meeting going. So I just made up who made these seconds in motion. So if anybody thinks I got it wrong, I mean, I tried to remember, but
So this is on the Swift.
on the 29th.
Okay. I had a question on the meeting prior.
Oh, on the June 11th meeting?
Yeah, when it was, yeah. Are we, Class A or Class B airport?
Right now, your category's Class A. You mean as far as like that master plan group?
Well, so
Aircraft
Ed
size.
had in the minutes that we're Category B, and I don't think that's right.
I think you have to have the 500 operations of a B-size aircraft before you're.
Probably doesn't matter.
I mean, Class Bs can come in here, you just don't have, it's not your, design aircraft at the moment.
Now, Jim, you say you think it was in the minutes?
Yeah, it was a minute.
Here's a copy of the minutes.
Yeah, Class B is what we were hoping to get to,
Right.
but with
Right
the
here.
air tractors, but we're not there
And
yet.
all the minutes
Oh.
say is that the
That's
FAA has
wrong.
it classified as A.
Okay, I did put in there B. I don't know why. I don't know why you put that in there.
Good catch.
Anyway, that's a correction.
I
And
think it really matters.
shall I call it A1, or is that one important?
One is the, wingspan, I think, and A is the approach speed, so you're technically A1,
Okay,
A-1.
that should be changed, and I will do that. Boy, I don't know where that came from. Any other comments on the minutes? Then can we have a motion that they be approved as they will be modified or changed, whatever you call it? I'll change that to Class A1.
I move that we approve the minutes with the change.
Now, this is the June 11th minutes we're talking about.
I'll second it.
And all in favor? Aye. Okay, now let's focus on the, June 29th meeting. Okay, on June 29th, now these are the ones I set out. And
I thought they gave him a job, I was gonna let you do it all the time.
anybody have any problems with those? Then I'll move that, is the president allowed to make a motion? I move that we approve the minutes of June 29th.
Second.
Any comments? And all in favor? Aye. Okay. Then let's talk about the financial reports. I have a question about them, which I would not have probably asked if Julie had not been here. So.
You're gonna throw me under the bus?
But before I do, does anybody else have any comments or questions about the financial reports? Okay, then, Julie, this is the appropriation report. And I'm just still learning how to read these reports. But look in the right-hand column. All those numbers are positive, except for the two down at the bottom are zero, right? But look at the totals down at it says negative.
Well, remember you did your transfer stuff.
Yeah.
You're doing your transfer. So that is most likely what those things are, because if you have those funds, like some of those appropriation things, if you transfer out of those, that's what those would be.
And
I will double check for you.
well, but my real
But I'm
comment is,
pretty
why
sure.
is the bottom total negative?
Because it adds your percentages of these together. What this, like your unexpended
Oh,
balance,
but
it
don't
adds.
they add these two, all these positive
Well,
numbers?
it does, but if you
Okay.
take these with this amount, with these negativity things, I'm sure if you take these, it averages out to
Oh,
this.
okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
I
I will
didn't do
double
the
check
math.
for you tomorrow and get you an answer, and I can email it to you for sure, okay? So you have a definite answer.
Oh, okay, well, I'm
But I'm
just
sure
trying
that
to
it's probably
understand.
from your
You
transfers.
know, I could have done the math on that and figured it
Nope,
out
it's okay.
myself, but I didn't.
Well, I can crunch numbers tomorrow and let you know for sure if that's
Oh.
exactly what it is all of them adding together, but
Okay,
my guess is that's what it is the average of it, but just by taking a look at it without digging a little deeper into it. But your negative numbers on there are the ones that you've transferred from your
let me explain
appropriations.
my math
Sure.
problem. These are all positive
Yep,
numbers.
yep.
These are zero
Right,
numbers.
yep.
So when you add these zeros into the positives, you still end up with a positive.
Well, these numbers here are what makes these columns. So these numbers right here, and you have these big numbers right here that were appropriated and were transferred over.
Okay, I understand this column.
Right.
I just don't understand this
It
one, all
caught- well,
positive numbers
right.
except two zeros.
And
Well, those
these,
zeros probably should be a big
they
negative
should
number.
be,
That-
they should
that's
be a negative.
Probably right.
So I don't understand why they're a zero either.
Oh,
That means you have 0% left in there, but these have been transferred out. But I will double check these numbers tomorrow, make sure all of this is good, and then we'll figure out why these two are zeros on there.
Yeah.
I would think they would be like a negative
Right, and then that could make the whole column.
0.7,
be
whatever,
negative.
yeah.
Were they budgeted line item though at one point?
I have to look at the fund part of it. It's the airport, it's appropriation 3312, the 2527, and the 2577. So I believe those
Those
are
are
the two that
actually
we,
fund
those
accounts,
are the two that
not,
we created.
yeah, but those aren't budgeted line items.
Right, so those are two that we created.
So, anyway, I'm just trying to learn how to read.
Yeah. Nope, you're good.
Okay,
But those numbers are familiar to those ones I created for them.
and Ken, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Engineer's report. I know you had some stuff down here. The only two things that I had was one, I think you guys wanted to continue discussing the, options that we went over with, Stephanie last week. And I don't know if anybody had any thoughts yet or not. I'm just gonna focus. It doesn't make sense to really look at the overall because that doesn't change much. But the biggest issues was this was the A1. They kept the runway the same, kind of focused on a terminal area up here at the very end. Tried to preserve hangars as much as possible. The B2, the taxiways got wider. The biggest thing that I saw that I didn't like on this one is that the terminal area is moved down here and it's gonna require to tear down the existing T hangars all together. I didn't know if we still wanted to try to keep that up here on the north end.
Well, this is two.
Yeah, the Bravo 2. And then of course there was the Bravo 2 with the new runway. Now, one thing that if some people were leaning toward this one, I got to thinking, we don't have to move it quite that far. We could. The only reason it moved that far is they were trying to turn the old runway into a taxiway and just build a new runway. You could just move it a little bit over, just so that your taxiway clears all those buildings. The good thing about that one is it preserves that. And then my global comments was, she had down here straight T's, which are longer, skinnier hangars, versus what we have out there are nested T hangars where you stagger them a little bit better. You get more units per foot of taxiway. So I was going to play around with that. That's not a huge decision. She also had a bunch of these 40 by 40 hangars. I don't know why we would build anything that small. I mean, that's smaller than a T hangar. T hangars are normally 42 foot minimum. So why would somebody build a 40 by 40 box hanger? So I don't think we should show anything smaller than a 50 by 50. And then I think we still want that big 100 by 110 or something community hangar that we could put.
And either adjacent to or connected to the terminal.
Terminal building, right, yeah, in this.
Because both Ethan and Jim mentioned they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Let me propose a process here. Let's sort of see if we can agree on the options, 1, 2, or 3. And then, once we do, talk about the modifications that you just mentioned.
Right.
Does everybody think that's a good idea? I felt like in the meeting, it sort of came clear that there was more agreement with option 2 than there was the other ones.
That's one line.
That'd be I think we ought to go.
Well, option 1 doesn't show any vision whatsoever.
Yeah, I think-
This is as big as we're gonna get, we're never gonna get any bigger, let's go with option. You know, that's
Yeah.
wrong mindset.
I agree. I think option 2 is what we want.
So,
So I thought it was that we just had to have 3, just to give them 3, we don't have to pick one.
Well, actually, option 1 can be kind of like a short-term vision or goal, because we don't have the justification for option 2 yet, but we want to get it on the master plan so that when you do hit that 500 operation number, you can just go right to it, not have to go create a new master plan. So you're kind of, if you select 2, you're kind of agreeing with 1, but it will help you decide where the taxiway goes and that kind of stuff. But I think your ultimate build out, like you said, is probably option 2.
And the thing is, I think as Ron pointed out, all these 3 options will still be a part of the
They're
master.
part of the written master plan, the alternatives, but then finally only one of them will go into, well, one could become short-term, A1 could be your short-term goals, and option B2 could be your long-term goals.
Now, let's just simplify it for sake of discussion and say, okay, let's just say let's do option 2. Then that's the only one that will become a part of the airport layout plan, or the only one that will
It will be
produce.
the ultimate airport. like, we can do like a phase, we can say, we can put 2 ALPs in there, this is the short term, which is 5 to 10 years, and this is the long term, which is 10 to 20 years.
Okay, so they can, each one could
Yeah.
result in an ALP.
This could be the short term, and then this could be the long term, but we wanna make sure that whatever we build in here meshes with this one. So we don't have to redo it or undo it.
Well, right, in other words, if we decide on the changes that we would like to see on option 2, then option 1 may have some detailed changes to
To mirror that.
coincide with that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well,
How much more expensive would it be, would option B2 be over A1? There's gonna be more ground involved, the taxiway would be wider.
Yeah, it was a little bit more ground to support some of the hangars, but also for some of the clear zones on the ends for the RPZs and the approach surfaces and stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge amount because option 2 wasn't a lot different than option 1. I think that was 340 feet wide. This one was 340 as well.
Seems
I
to me
think the
like,
big difference was where was the parallel taxiway in relation to that and the runway width. Remember A1 was a 60-foot runway, B2 was a 75-foot runway. So,
it seemed like it's maybe 4 acres more or something like that.
Two numbers here, there's 450 and then 340. So the big one says that, and the little one says that.
well, weird because here they both say 340. There's A1, 340,
They widen the
there's
runway.
B2, 340.
Oh, the big one, so that the little, the smaller one doesn't match.
If they widen the runway, then it goes.
The large
one
scale
side,
ones don't
three on the other,
Right.
or they just go one's add extra.
Can do either.
Do you
Now,
have the
now, it's
acreage
a little bit
board, or
bigger
you
on this one, though, doesn't it?
do you have the acreage board, or do you
Yeah,
have to
so,
accumulate the
yeah, if you go
acreage?
to number 2, in the, not that little one, but number 2, yeah,
Are they,
this one.
are
Number 2 bigger
is
is
the person who owns
Yeah.
the acreage willing to do
I'm just
that?
kind of looking
They
here
have
to.
Oh, they have.
In the past.
Well, yeah, I knew that, I knew that they
As-
had in the past, when you did some other stuff, I just wondered if they were,
So
you know, on
far,
board to move forward
Yeah.
again.
So there's a map
Yeah, we
here.
really don't know that for sure, but we can sooner.
Across their acres and both of that.
Yeah, but on this one, they're the same,
It's a municipal airport.
340 and 340.
or it might be- this is not 2.
This
Yeah,
is,
to get a
oops.
river, and that's a subdivision.
One on the.
Hold on, that's this fix. Yeah, this is
Yeah, okay.
an inset, that's 450, that's a 340, and that's a 240.
Airport eminent
No.
domain.
The other thing I
What's the
didn't,
difference between
Sorry about
two?
you, we're taking it.
this is
We gotta
blown
have
up, this is a blown up section.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's the same, it's
Yeah.
just larger.
I think that this one is a little bit wider.
It is.
Yeah, it's 450 instead of
Yeah.
340.
So
So
it
there might
was,
be a
it was
typo in there.
about 110 feet wider for the B2 for the hangars.
Yeah, how many acres we had to purchase there? I think it says, I don't remember.
She had 20 on this one and 27 on
Yeah.
that, so 7 acre difference. So,
So yeah, this one would have to be smaller than that one, if this is 27,
Yeah.
it's 20, so 450 is correct, that's not.
Let me ask you this.
The other thing I had a question on is, we're gonna close the road?
well, when we start moving that runway south, we're lucky we didn't have to close it when we had the 4,000, because technically that road is in your runway protection zone. So if we move it another 200 or 300 feet, it's gonna push even more of that RPZ in there. And at that point, they may force us to, so it's better to have it on there and not do it, and then to not have it on there and, have to do it later,
Yeah,
so.
But what about, the concept of, doing the land acquisition in 2 phases instead of 1? Does that make any sense? So we're doing the first phase to support option 1, and then later, decide if we wanna add the additional acres to do option 2.
Well, that's what I said, if your ultimate goal is to get to this, you don't wanna build something that's in here and then later you gotta move it further away from the runway.
Oh, I see, and you need that extra land to
If
get it out.
Yeah, if you're gonna get to this, you might as well go ahead and buy the land you need to build those
Put
T
that stuff over
hangars
there. Yeah,
where it goes.
okay, all right.
And there's still some dead space down here, like this apron could get moved down here. The only reason that those hangars are that far out is there's a building restriction line. But that building restriction line is based on 35-foot high buildings. Those T hangars are usually only like 18 feet. So we can either move those in closer, or we could expand the apron down there. You could put more tie downs in that area too, if you wanted. As well too.
So, other than identifying to make sure that you're aware of the sort of changes that we need or that we want on 2, do we have to make an actual selection of saying at this point which one is our favorite, or is that at the end of the program?
Well, at some point, we have to say this is our preferred alternative.
Okay.
And we need to do that sooner rather than later.
But with your initial submittal, formal submittal, we have to do it before.
We can go ahead and give them the alternatives, but we should tell them, we're leaning toward this one.
Okay, good.
I think the deadline was the 17th, right, that she said, that we had to have that to.
Yeah, she was wanting us to tell her by the 17th, when she gets back from vacation.
Oh, that's right. So, we might as well have a motion that we want to consider alternative 2 as our, preferred long-range objective.
And the tweaks I would make I would still like to see us keep the terminal area up in this general area. And there's nothing wrong with having another apron down here for ag operations or something like that. That way you're not tying up your terminal apron with crop dusters and everything during parts of the year. But it also keeps your terminal building up here where the utilities are. Closer to the road, water, sewer, all that stuff. Where is the septic tank? In the figure system?
I don't know where it is. You know where it is at?
Under the porch.
Oh,
We're up in the feeder system, where it is.
It's probably got a long finger system.
That's why I'm buying a long 300-footer instead of 3 100s, but I don't know where it is. You know, is it out in the grass somewhere, or?
You thought we might have paved over it when they put that tax.
It's possible, usually they don't work very good when there's pavement on top of them.
Yeah,
And usually you can see where it is on hot summer days, because that's where you see 3 green stripes in the grass. So,
I don't think this one works that way, probably, kid.
well, when it only gets 4 flushes a day, probably, you don't see it that much.
I think the other thing we talked about was that we didn't need these fast taxiways down here for the.
Right, if we're doing this, yeah, because where they had those T hangers, those are not B2 T hangers, those are A1 T hangers, so you can do smaller. So we'll tweak the geometry there and everything. Just like I said, I just wanted to change those T hangers to nested Ts. They actually sent me the CAD file so I can play with it a little bit. The only thing in places where you're gonna want the 35-foot taxiways is to support the bigger box hangers, where you potentially would put in twins and, King Airs or whatever, you know, like this one right here would probably be the 35-footer, but all of these could be 25 feet.
So what kind of motion do you want here?
Well, I think all we need is a motion to indicate that we selected as a preferred.
And I don't know, we need a motion. We just need a consensus that you want us to
Move forward in that
move
direction.
forward in that direction with the master plan.
Well, it suits me, nobody's objecting, right?
Does anybody object to this B2 being your proposed ultimate building?
Nobody's objecting.
No, I like to.
Is everybody okay with my suggestions about keeping the terminal up north and
Yes.
not tearing down T hangers if we can avoid it?
Yep.
Mhm. Yes.
Go for nested hangers, and I think you talked about putting some parking space there on the west side.
Yeah, we could, if we move that up, we could possibly.
No, down along
Oh,
Yeah, Ian,
yeah, right in
that
there.
may extend that down to where you can park down there.
Yeah.
So you don't have to walk
And
a
the parking
quarter of a
spots.
mile.
Kim, when you put conceptually the big community hangar, I would say if you can, figure it out, make the concept to include the terminal.
Yeah,
It
like,
would just
I-
be one big square with terminal on the side.
Just like-
Well, I wouldn't do it on the side of it. You might as well do it like, I mean, have you been to Frankfurt?
I meant Frankfurt, yeah.
So
A
it's
long
just,
time ago.
It's-
Oh, well, you should see what they have.
I think it's about 100, they have 100-foot door.
Right.
It's like 125 by 100, I think. 25 feet, 2 stories tall, all the way across the end is their terminal inside the steel building.
Okay, so it's on the back side?
I would say it's on the side of it.
It's on the side of it.
Okay,
So there's the hangar door, and then right beside the hangar door, all
right, that's
across the
what I
one
call
side.
a lean-to or what.
Yeah, but it's not linked to, it's actually part of the building,
Right.
which saves you a lot of money.
Yeah, it's built into it.
And there's a door from the main part of the hangar into that.
Right, yeah,
And of course, on the other
it's
side of
one
that.
big building, they just put a firewall in there and
Yes.
made this.
Field trip?
So, yeah.
I think that's what you should do.
We can just slide out over.
And if you find out that there's some real problem with that, we could,
No, and that's what we're showing up at Jasper County on theirs, is we just did a lean-to, like a 25-foot, 30-foot lean-to. Now, it says a lean-to, but it's just a line at that point. I mean, we're not getting into the three-dimension design at this point. We're just footprints, all we're looking at,
okay.
so. The main thing is you don't want that hangar proper itself to be more than 12,000 square feet, because then you get into sprinkler systems and all that stuff, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
So, but with a 11,994 square foot hangar, you can get a lot of airplanes in there. I mean, we're doing an 11,000 when in Huntington right now, it'll hold 3 King Airs, if that tells you anything. Or 8 little planes. So, okay, so we know which direction you wanna go there. The only other thing, Larry and I have been on the email with Victor, our FAA guy, almost constantly for the last week. He's trying to wrap up the grant to buy the land. He's been going back and
For
forth.
the house.
Yeah, reimburses for the house. He's been asking for a lot of additional documents. Julie had to send me proof that Miriam got paid and proof, I had to send my bank statements to show I paid the appraisers, and he's just getting into the weeds. But he asked us to do we had sent him a draft task order for NGC, which included the appraisals and all the FAA stuff and the closing of the grant, the pay request. It was unsigned because we usually don't sign those till you get the grant. But he asked us to send him fully executed one. That's what I sent out to everybody. It's $14,100. You've already spent $2,100 of it. That was for the appraisal. So the other 12,000 is just for all of the environmentals that I had to do, the Exhibit A updates, the documentation, the coordination, the closing. I mean, we still have to pay David Wazinski, not out of my task order, but we'll still have to pay him for relocation expenses when we get the grant. But unless the board's got any questions or concerns, we'd like to get the board to vote to authorize Larry to sign that task order so we can send it to Victor. And I pointed out that your share of it's only like $352.50, so, because FAA is gonna pay you. And if we don't get the grant, we'll tear it up. I mean, you're not signing, you're not on the hook for anything.
So did you say we spent 14,000 on this process?
No, but I've probably put that many hours in it. You know, I mean, I had to do the environmental as a 8-hour job to show that we're not, destroying wetlands and all that stuff. We had to send a document to the FAA to ask for their jurisdiction on can they give us what they call ALP approval. That's already been done. I mean, Larry saw the emails this week. We spent 3 or 4 hours explaining why we paid $5,000 as to David, instead of going for an eminent domain jury trial, because the jury trial would cost, 25 to 100,000 if you went that way. And then Victor's emailed back and said, well, this is great, but I want you to put it on letterhead and have Larry sign it. So there's a lot of stuff to meet the FAA stuff. And, I went to the council meetings to help set up grant funds and everything, and we've been working for free for 2 years on that property. And today I applied to tear it down with the DNR. That property is listed on the historical stuff as contributing to architectural stuff in this region. So we have to.
Well, that's I go out there and play with my excavator a little bit and it accidentally goes away.
I would just cut a hole in the roof and let it rock. There's no law that says you have to maintain it.
But we've already considered that, and that's not an option.
Yeah, fire training.
No, but the fire people said it's not
But,
an option.
and once we do get the grant, Jim, then I'll have probably another week and a half worth of work just creating the pay request, the grant closeouts. And I have to do an annual report every year. I've got to do quarterly reports, and it's.
I'm not sure it's worthwhile messing with them, but we're already on.
Well, when they're giving you 97.5% of what you paid for it, it's worth messing with. So it just adds up on a little small job. When we do a big runway or something, it's a much smaller percentage of the project, but it takes the same amount of grant paperwork to apply for a $100,000 grant as it does a $4 million grant.
So you need, want us to vote?
We'd like for you to vote to authorize Larry to sign that task order so that, Victor can include that in his grant application.
I move that we authorize Larry to sign the grant order,
Task force.
task order.
I'll second that.
Any more comments? All in favor?
Aye.
That's all I have on my report. Tim.
Okay. All right, the next one is manager's report.
I ordered 4,000 gallons of fuel today. I checked with my suppliers, 3 different ones. All of them said you better get your order in because the price is going up next week. Fuel prices go up on Tuesday at midnight. And every one of them said it is going up.
Well, I
We
believe that,
have not got much relief whatsoever.
but the gas prices at the pump are about as low now as I've seen in a long time, so not surprising.
Let's
they're
look
gonna
at
go
the
up.
Now, they're firing bullets again, it's gonna go back up.
The reason the gas prices at the pump are so low is your governor has gone ahead,
Oh, I forgot, he took that.
he took all the taxes
Sales
off of it.
tax and the.
You don't even pay a sales
I
tax.
forgot that. He did it.
When that runs out,
Yeah,
you're gonna get the shock of your life on fuel.
that's a good point.
Well, they've got the
Yeah.
straight.
But I did order 4,000 gallons,
That's
it's
the real
delivered
trouble.
tomorrow. Don't look at me.
They can't get through there. Price is going up.
Okay.
What was the price?
But
What was the price?
we're I think it's 542 a gallon.
So what are you selling at, 6?
So it'd be 640.
Okay.
Because we have to add 20 cents a gallon for the state, which I don't know why he didn't give that one there, but he did. We have to pay multi-service for service card, for credit card processing. We got a little bit of maintenance that we have to use to cover on that thing, and put it all together. I try to hold that down as little as I can. We're right at the line. It is non-profit for the gasoline,
Oh, is that right?
yes.
Let me ask you this now, this is a technical question. It's non-profit, but there's margin. to pay for the indirect costs, right? I mean, that fuel service master, fuel master, that's an indirect, isn't it, or is it
Yeah.
by the gallon?
No, I said we maintenance and I
Yeah.
call it maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have to pay, we have a maintenance contract with them and just, oh,
Where are we? How much fuel do we have now?
we're right at 1,100 gallons.
Okay.
And see, now I gotta run that out before, well, it's not gonna make a whole lot of difference. Price hasn't changed. And it's gonna be more next week, I just can't see it. Anyhow, that's where we're at on our fuel. So, keep your hand on your wallet when you walk by the fuel pump.
Oh, by the way, after the meeting, I hope I can remember, it rejected my credit card today, Capital One card, it said this, and I've used it for years here, and it said, this kind of card is not accepted. So I'm gonna ask for a phone number of who I can call it, wherever, and ask
Send me
them.
multi-service, wouldn't it?
That's free.
I mean, I don't care, I
It's
got
a
other credit cards, but.
I
Did
have
that
nothing- we have nothing.
did that occur after Swift disconnected another tank?
Yes, however, let me say this. That, we're gonna talk about this more in detail in a minute, but all they did is threw a switch to put that other in manual.
Okay,
They took no wires,
okay.
nothing. So
Well,
I
there's
doubt
some-
that they did
There's
something.
some solenoid
Did you use a different card and it worked?
Hmm?
Did you use a different card and it worked?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, so it's not rejecting everybody, it's just.
Right.
Okay.
Forgery card you got is not acceptable.
Yeah, exactly, stop printing fake
Forgery
cards.
card you got. is
You
not
got a
acceptable.
limit on it.
this card I only use for avgas. and
Have you,
There's no balance on it. 'Cause I paid off
have
every
you,
month.
did you get a receipt?
Yeah,
Okay,
but that was on the other card. the one
yeah,
that worked.
well, I'm saying, because the other day my pilots texted me and said it wasn't giving them any receipts.
Oh,
And so,
I got it.
but maybe it was out of paper
I
or
got,
something.
this is today.
Yeah, this was like a week ago or so.
Oh, yeah, we had a problem with
Okay,
the paper.
okay,
Oh,
Okay.
punch up.
because they
Yeah,
filled up
let
and didn't
me
get
know. I don't know that happens unless you tell me.
it.
Yeah, Ethan,
All
you're
right.
on the board, you know this number.
Oh, more managers.
That's all I've got.
Okay, update on the Swift fuel.
Actually, those aren't airplanes, those are.
Based on the approval that occurred during the June 29th meeting, I negotiated with Swift Fuel an agreement that met the agreement that we had, that we'd be indemnified and that they not sell the fuel, they use it only for themselves, and that they make whatever modifications to that system they had to. And it turned out, as of yesterday, they were done.
No,
Oh,
Well,
they're working today.
oh, they thought they were done yesterday. Anyway, what they did is they threw the switch inside there that puts it in manual, and the other pump can be done that way too. In an emergency, we could do that for somebody if we had to. But then it doesn't go through the reader.
Right, then you'd have to do a credit card manual scan,
Yeah.
take cash.
Give us a cash or something. But anyway, they didn't have to do any wiring changes that were contemplated that they might have to do. They drilled the lock out and put their own new lock on there, which obviously we would expect to get the key of.
We've got a set of
Well,
keys.
you already have.
Already got
And,
keys, and on the board.
And so they told me yesterday it was ready to go. However, I didn't quiz it to them. They were busy working. They had a T-28 here and they were fueling it out of their trailer. So I couldn't quite understand. Maybe they hadn't filled up the tank yet. I don't know. But anyhow, their work is done and they're very happy that they're proceeding forward with that. And that's that on that.
Well, one thing, Larry, Ed shared this with me today. They said they could only put 1,200 gallons of fuel in it, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The outside dimensions of the tank add up to 2,700
That's
gallons.
right, but don't forget, it's a double wall tank.
Well, we know it's a double wall,
Yeah.
but it's concrete filled, but it's usually not, 12 inches,
Right.
because the pipes are literally 8 inches, so you figure it's 6 inches to 4 inches. And if you did that calculation, it's, 1,800 to whatever. So I'm wondering if when they filled it up, they didn't have the vapor recovery open or a vent open and it got full and the air pressure wouldn't let them pump anymore and stuff. So, but I can't believe that had only a 1,200 gallon tank.
And that's a pretty dinky little pump they have too.
Yeah,
So
the
it
one
was
on the
not
truck.
making a huge head, a lot of head.
Exactly.
Anyway, so then-
Anyway, it's just so everybody's aware that there's questions or concerns about how much they could actually put in.
so Ethan, would you like to update us on the Potter situation?
Sure, I sent an email out and since then I've had a couple correspondence. Amber emailed me back and said that there's an Indiana code that requires abandoned aircraft to notice the last FAA registered owner, letting them know that the aircraft has been abandoned. And so she needs a bunch of information off the airplane sitting in there.
On that
She has this,
On the Luster?
yeah, and whatever else there is in there that's considered an aircraft.
Oh,
And so she has to send, so I emailed her back and I said, have you tried to make contact with them? And she said, no. And I said, why don't we try that? And so I sent her Tracy Potter's number because I had it. And I happened to know somebody that called them. They had a package left at Frankfurt accidentally here a few weeks ago. And the manager down there called him and she answered. And so I know it's an active number. So I gave it to Amber and she said that she is gonna try to make contact with them and telling them that we're filing for eviction and give them 10 days to pay and 30 days to clean out their hangar. And
Who's
she
Amber?
said she would let me know what she finds out.
Who's Amber? She's one of the,
She's with Miriam.
with Beard, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I said.
So,
I don't know if you know, the Potters had a big fly-in
oh, really?
last weekend.
Okay, well,
Yeah, at their airport.
okay.
Oh, the one down in,
Yeah, it's
So,
Pam's airport, Pam,
Yes.
the name of the airport is Pam.
so anyway, she's working on it. She's trying to get a hold of them. She said, I'll try to call them, text them, email them something and get a hold of them and see if we can get it resolved without going through all that hassle.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
because otherwise we gotta go over there, get in there, get all the information off the airplanes. She needs serial
I
numbers.
think there's only one airplane in there, isn't there?
Well, there's
Yeah.
another fuselage in there and I don't know what's considered an airplane.
Yeah,
So,
and it may not trace back to them, because
exactly.
if they bought that off of somebody else, they might not have ever transferred it.
They might not have ever registered it, so it might be off of another owner somewhere, which sounds like a.
In fact, that N number could now be applied to a different airplane. And when these airplanes were built, they didn't have to have the placard on them that modern 1981 airplanes have, with the
Right,
serial number and everything. In 1946, I don't think that was required.
Well,
So-
ultimately, you gotta go to a judge and get a judgment and then declare them
right.
yours. and-
Yeah, she said we
and
have to
then
go
you
to court on it and all that.
can- Yeah,
So I thought the easiest route, see if she can make contact with them and force them to into some action. So at this point, I don't even care about background. If they just come and clean the stupid thing out and leave.
you can't even get in the door.
I know.
The door is open if anybody wants to try.
Well, and we did that process once on the Vaciletti aircraft that,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We
we declared
got
it.
a judgment and everything, and then we sold it and made $500-600
Yeah.
off of it or something, and it.
We sold it to Debbie, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't we
Yeah,
sell
sold
it
it
to
to
Debbie?
Debbie.
Florida,
And who knows what happened after
It'd be a
that, she
project.
just has some sort of youth kid something, and I
Yeah.
haven't heard of it since.
So that's where we're at. I'm waiting on her to see what's going on.
Now, who is doing the update on Hangar Electrical?
So I have quotes from what we hear.
No hangers.
You got a copy for everyone?
Oh.
I got 6, so you can pass some down.
Give it, Jim.
Yes, there you go. And this was back when we talked about it last fall, so, in November. So this is installing 2 lights over the wings, 1 over the tail. And that's the cost per T hanger, and it's $150 discount per hanger if 4 or more are done at once.
Is this, Rab H17XL, is that one with the explosion-proof cover?
Well, it's an LED fixture that has a solid bottom in it. I mean, it's not a bulb style at all.
Oh, so that, because I saw an email today or saying somebody said something about it's gotta be explosion.
Well, somebody sent that out, I don't know where that came from.
Well, we talked about it in here, that light fixtures are supposed to be explosion proof so that if there is a spark, it won't land on an airplane. So it's most of them have to have some sort of a cover.
Well, it's enclosed, it's totally encapsulated.
As long as it's
It's-
enclosed and sparks can't fly out of it, so then that will probably count.
It's not even a typical,
But
it's
like
just
these are not explosion proof
right.
because they're not sealed or anything else. But usually an explosion has a gasket around it, and these might be sealed to the point where that's not a
Is
problem.
it possible that in the evolution to LED lights, that somehow this old rule doesn't or shouldn't
You
apply?
still got 2 wires coming into the fixture and stuff, they could touch and spark at some point. You just gotta make sure that, from a code standpoint, that, and the reason is because a Cessna or whatever has high wings, and that's where the gas is.
Mm-hmm.
And if a spark comes down, you don't want it to ignite the Cessna.
Except we don't like Cessna, so that would be okay.
So you have to turn it on insurance.
There's what they are.
Oh, okay,
So they're a sealed unit.
yeah, as long as they're sealed, and I wonder if they could get a catalog cut, it might even say explosion proof on it possibly.
So
What kind of degree light are they? 5,000 or 2,800 or?
what?
Oh, the lumens or the color.
The color.
Oh.
I'll be able to hook it to music and they can change colors.
There you go.
They're
Plain
selectable,
color.
3,000, 4,000, 5,000,
Okay.
so 37,000 lumens.
That's pretty bright.
So how many T hanger, what's the total cost of this gonna be?
We have what, a total of 12?
How many T hangers is there out there?
12, I didn't figure.
12.
One had 7.
Yeah, I mean,
One
I
I think the first,
of them has 6 and one of them has 5, I think.
I knew there was
I
an
think it's
odd
11.
You could be right. But that bigger hanger has more than 3 fixtures in it, though, if I remember right.
Well, it says large hanger, is that the one we're talking about? That's 3748?
No, it's 12, 7 and 5.
12 hangers. 12 hangers.
Yeah, the older hanger has 7 units, but it also has the 2 little half units. Are you touching those?
That was not included.
Okay,
Mhm.
which you probably don't care about those, because you only get into those during the day anyway. The other hanger.
Oh, did you say 6 and 5? There's 11.
7 and 5.
Oh, 7 and 5. There was
Yeah,
12.
7 and 5.
So that's 15,492.
No, did you take the 150 off of each?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
And I'll
hanger.
tell you why I didn't, is because I'm not confident that we can get 4 people to agree to pull the airplanes out on the same day.
We just charged him an extra $150 then.
Yep, I agree.
Change or two. Maybe.
Payable to me.
Well, I mean, I think you gotta recognize most of these people work, unlike some of us. And that their schedule may not be that flexible. I mean, to get.
Well,
Four of them,
but if you schedule it a month or a month and a half out and say, this day, we are doing these 6 hangars, you have to have your airplane out. They can come out and make arrangements.
Okay.
I mean, I feel very strongly that we can't be at their beck and call because this price is gonna go way up if if they're making 8 trips out here to do these with a scissor lift and everything, the price is gonna go way up.
You're right.
So we have to put notices up, send out emails, make phone calls, whatever, but I think we gotta set a day. Here's the day that we're doing this, here's the day we're doing this hangar, and we do them, back to back or whatever we wanna do.
Where do we put the airplanes though?
You only gotta pull it out to get it out of the hangar, let them
They
do
don't
their
have
work, and then
the-
just shove it right back
I mean, we can't let the guy do it when there's a tornado over here in Roswell.
Right.
You can just pull them out on the concrete approaches,
Yeah.
get them out of the hangar.
Okay, so they
And
don't
then
need
let
to
them
move
do their
stuff.
work, and then push them back in. So,
They just need enough room to get a scissor lift in.
You're
so
only-
they
you're
could
only
reach the
moving
lights.
30 feet.
Yep.
There's 12 little ones, but and plus the big one.
And the big one's separate on
Yeah,
there.
it's down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
so there's 12, and then one of them might have an extra light fixture in there, cause it's got that additional extension, where there's that dead corner on one of them. The older hangar, they're all exactly the same size unit.
So I come up 17,440, I don't know.
Total.
With the heat
Mhm.
Oh, you're including the big hangar.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Did you have something, Ed?
I got on, doors.
Okay, I thought maybe you talked like he could do the lights too.
No, we got a quote.
I didn't ask,
Okay.
cause I knew he had that already.
Kind of.
We could ask.
And we do have a quote on,
I do have a quote for $5,400 to inspect all the doors, clean them, lubricate them, and, adjust any, detention on them and everything else. It's an MVC roofing, but it's more construction than roofing. He's $5,400 for the 12. If he does have to change cables, there's a charge of $600 for new cables and everything. And that's 4 cables. You have to replace all the cables at once. He has also, the individual has researched it good because he's got a maintenance booklet that he said here I could have, and going from there, and I need an approval on it. I've asked him for approval on that, for Larry to sign it. I'll call him tomorrow, and he's ready to start.
and the $600 is per hangar, right?
I gotta do
Per hangar,
the work.
600,
600, only if we have to replace cables.
but it's 600 per hangar.
Yeah.
So if you had to do it on 3 hangars, it would be $1,800.
$1,800.
But the $5,400 applies to all of them.
Yeah, now that $600 doesn't include the cost of the cable and the installation.
I got a door quote here too. So, hand these out.
okay, but should we be finishing up on the lights for?
Oh, yeah, sorry. We can do lights.
Thank you.
And then come back to this.
It's like you come up with the same number I did.
Yeah. Before we finish with the lights, maybe we should ask this question. What's more important right now, lights or the doors? And maybe we would decide to do one first. Does anybody feel that that might happen or not?
They probably can't do them at the same time.
No,
The light people can't work on the lights, colored
No.
people are.
Can you afford to do both? Can you afford to do both?
well, that's where I was kind of heading.
I think
You know,
we've
when
got
we
that
get the
much
money-
budgeted. I think we've got that much budgeted, I think.
I'd say doors would be more important than lights.
You
Yeah.
said 17
Yeah, 17,440,
and
27,
so 17 and
24.
like 24. 24 is
You can
total do both.
Combined.
For both.
And then once you get the door, then there's the light.
Yeah, but I think the timing, you have to.
Right.
Yeah,
Because if you can't get the door open,
So
Yeah, there's no point having good lights.
you don't worry about the light.
let me ask this, where would this money come from? What,
I think it's in maintenance, isn't it?
that would be the most logical place, yeah.
It's right, I even thought about airport improvements.
We've got 18,000 in maintenance.
Miscellaneous maintenance, 18,000. And upgrade.
Yeah.
16,000. So one of these could come from one and some from the other. Or let's see, these two funds, Julie,
So they're in the same category.
yeah, 33, 60. Oh, no, the other's at 3420.
But they're in the 3,400, so,
Yeah.
which is the same category.
Oh, no, I thought one was 33 and one's 34.
Your miscellaneous, 3420, and your airport, 3360.
Does all four numbers have to be the same or just a?
You're in the 33s and the 34s, so if you're in the 3360, is that what you said, the airport miscellaneous maintenance?
Yeah.
That's one, and then your 34s is the other one, so
Okay.
they're two different fund families.
Can they be, moved around easily or is that a big deal?
You would just need to make sure, you just need to make sure that you have all the proper documentation in order to be able to do that. Like, State Board of Accounts would be like, you need to have approval to be able to do those things.
Yeah, maintenance is in the 3s and,
Yeah.
upgrades is in the 4s, because it's a capital.
Yeah, okay, so,
Which
The
the lights,
electrical
the lights would be an upgrade.
that's
And-
capital.
And that's capital and
Yeah.
the,
Others strictly
the-
maintenance.
the other is strictly maintenance.
Yeah.
The doors would be
Your doors would
maintenance.
be your maintenance and your lights,
Well, okay.
your lights, your upgrade.
Julie, didn't we encumber some money into upgrades? So we technically have, this is the May report.
Encumbrance.
Yeah, there's 11.5 there plus
11.5.
16, so we got 27.5
Yeah, you got
in
11,
upgrades.
yep, you got 11.5 in your
So
miscellaneous
total cost of
upgrade
about 20.
of an encumbrance.
Yeah.
And then you, yeah.
You see that, Larry?
Yep.
No, I don't.
Somebody there.
So right here,
The unexpended
So,
balance
in your-
should say 27.5.
unencumbered,
Okay,
let's see, we can encumbered. Oh, he doesn't have, it's not on his,
Am I
that's why.
looking at
It's
I'm
not, no,
looking at 20.5.
it's not on his, that's why,
I'm looking at it all, my fault.
yeah.
oh, okay. Well, anyway, the one which says we have unencumbered balance of 18 in the maintenance, so that would pay for the door maintenance.
Yeah.
So if nothing breaks the rest of the year, then
Well, if it does, then we would have to do something else. You're right. I mean,
that's why I was looking at going the other way.
And again, that assumes we can do all the hangers. But based on what you said, I guess we will do them all one way or the other.
Yeah, 'cause you have forwarded here, see you're forwarded here.
But what's that mean?
This is a balance that was forwarded, so I'm assuming that was
Oh.
your encumbered amount. Spend year to date.
This is the upgrade.
reading it upside down, but that's okay. So I'm looking,
Just, I guess the answer.
yeah, because your forwarded amount, the amount that you were looking at for the encumbrance, a forwarded amount here, and then your current.
Anyway,
Date. Didn't you expended, it says expended year today.
We must have
So
expended.
you expended that
We
encumbered
expended
amount,
some.
yes, because it went for your, remember we told you when you would get that encumbrance off the books, that's what it was for the contract part of it. So you actually have this portion of it, so that encumbrance has been expended.
but the point is, in the maintenance account, we have $18,000. We need 17,440.
Well, the hangar,
The doors.
the doors was 17 also?
No, did I misspoke?
No, the lights were 17, and those you want to do.
Oh, you're right, the lights are.
Miscellaneous upgrades.
Oh, that's right.
You're a little bit short, but you've got 25 grand in grant match that you're not going to need all of that, and that's in the 4, so you would be able to move money from grant match to cover the difference.
This is the same fund family.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see, they're both 34s. Yeah, okay.
And that was one that we had encumbered too, and then we used those to make a payment on the master plan, that's what it was, those old invoices.
All right, so focusing once again on
Okay,
the doors.
The electrical
Oh, we did it like first, yeah.
first, electrical's first,
Okay. Focusing on that.
or lights are first.
Lights, that's right, that's what we were talking about. And there's enough in the upgrade fund for that, so does anybody want to say anything about this, electrical proposal?
You got 2 proposals.
Not
Not
good.
electrical,
We only have
we have one electrical, we got 2, yeah.
Here, Ethan, let me just show you this real, I can't zoom it in. This one unit down here, it's got like a big, it's got like an additional space on it. It has a port line, but,
Okay, yeah, well, I'm sure
Yeah, I probably won't be.
we can,
afford.
one light, they're advertised for $277, so
yeah, no, I know.
a little bit later.
If you award them all, he's gonna give you that discount and stuff, so.
Yeah,
The
the only thing is I haven't checked with him to see if the quote's still good, so it might fluctuate just a little bit.
November 19th.
Because we got it, we was thinking we was gonna do it before encumber the funds before the end of the year, and we didn't. And so I don't know how accurate it'll be. I mean, it'll be within reason, I know.
It probably will, his prices may still be good, because that was during the, tariffs and everything else too.
Exactly.
So he may be okay still. You wanna just approve an amount up to 18 or something in case there is an extra?
How much did we say it was? Sorry.
17,440.
17.
And that was with the discount?
Yeah,
Maybe 19?
I think that'd be all right.
I think that'd be more reasonable, just in case.
I motion that we approve CC Skiles Electric to upgrade the hangar lights up to the amount of 19. Yeah, 19.
and you might tweak that a little bit by saying, as proposed.
As,
Because this is,
well, I mean, his proposal was less.
Hmm?
I was just saying like the amount he was, it's 17.
but when you say as proposed, it encapsulates the idea of this is what he's gonna do. In other words, the scope of work,
As quoted on the.
or as quoted, yeah.
Yeah, as quoted.
I second that motion. Any discussion further? All in favor? Aye.
I will reach out to Zach and get him updated and also
19.
talk about scheduling.
Yeah, we're gonna work on the schedule.
Yeah,
19?
Yeah, that was the motion at 19,000.
No. I see your thing there.
Oh, yeah, no, we said just in case it went up a little bit, we wanna do 19.
Now, we'll have to figure out a way how to coordinate the communications.
Yep.
With that, that will be.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I need to call Mr. Bennett in the morning to let him know what was done with his proposal for doors and stuff.
Oh, that's the next
Let's
thing.
go ahead and discuss that now. What, do you have that? I left it on your desk. Did you get it? And I went over with him in a couple of hangars. We looked at them and I showed him, what the problems were and stuff. And I know one of them will need new cables because we could see that cable was starting to.
Ours needs new cables, it's fraying.
Oh, it does. You can,
Yeah,
oh,
it's up at the top,
it's actually
fraying.
frayed. Well, this one I saw had just been stretched, and when they stretch, they get little
Just
lumps
give it a
in them.
line.
Yeah.
So, anyways, in that, what, did you have a quote with you? Yeah.
That way?
That quote from him.
Yeah, send it out to everybody.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's the original you need to sign if we're gonna do it.
I think we've got two proposals.
We do.
Mhm.
So, this one is $5,400. Let's see if they're on the same basis.
And so this one would be, to compare that, would be line item 1 and line item 3 combined. Because it's seven doors and 5 doors.
Oh, okay.
So what's it total?
So 5880.
I think the only difference is yours included the big hangar too, did it not? The 13th,
Says 12.
oh, it does say 12?
Yeah, it does say 12.
Oh, so not the big one.
And then what was that one, 600 for the cables?
600 for new cables.
And he has 880 for cables and all the pulleys. He would do all the pulleys with the cables. If he did cables.
That's a question that we probably need to get answered, because those pulleys, some of them need to be changed.
Yeah, well, I opened our hangar door and we put it down and he got a ladder and got up there and pulled the pin and there was slop in the pulley.
Oh,
And
the
so-
one that's welded in
The
up there?
one clear up high, you can actually pull those pins. And so he checked them and he got his dimensions on those so he knew what size they were if he needed to replace them.
Did he look at the cable, the little ones down at the bottom that
Yes,
flop?
yes, a bunch of those are bad.
And he knows they need to be
Yes.
replaced too?
So help me out here, Ethan, what's apples to apples here?
1 and 3 combined
Okay,
gets all the doors lubed and all the cables adjusted, inspected, and ensures the correct lengths for your lift points and all that, which is what he's doing down there on, and it was yours, what was yours, Ed, 5,400?
Mhm.
Yeah.
5,400 even, and so we're 5,880 combined there. And then he was $600 for,
Cables.
for cables, and he's 880 for cables and pulleys. And then he put a price per foot if you want to, if there was just one cable bad somewhere and you did one cable.
No, can't do one cable.
Yeah, normally you do them all.
You have to do 4 or none.
I'll say too, Ed, you said that this guy was going to increase the cable size. Did he say how?
On the ones he has to replace.
Yeah.
He is gonna go up on his cable size.
But he didn't tell you what the cable size was. He just said he'd go up.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah.
That's one thing to consider that.
Now, I tried to get him to increase the cable size on those latch cables so they wouldn't get stuck in the pulley. And I don't know if he was talking about that or not, because those pulleys are.
The problem to get them across the pulleys is they're not adjusted right. There's not tension on them.
Oh, well, that may be true.
That's why, and then the cable drops down into the pulley.
Yeah, that could be, right, yeah, except for one thing, when that thing is relaxed, those pulleys have to flop over, and the reason they have to change their geometry is that door goes up, the cable is coming from a different angle onto that pulley, so the pulley's got to be able to move. Well, when you put the door all the way down, and that latch is relaxed, the pulley falls over, which is
Well,
mostly,
the cable should never get fully.
it shouldn't get fully relaxed.
No,
They should always have tension or spring tension or something on them at all times.
Okay.
Because there's springs on them.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't need
Well,
bigger
and
cable.
even, I don't know if this helps for comparison, your guys had a number 4 here, $6 a foot for whatever. If you assume you gotta do 140 feet per door, that puts him at $840 for cable alone. So what, $40 for pulleys then, I guess?
So wait, is number 4, because it says number 2, it comes with install, what's the number 4 then for?
Well, number 2 was definitely going to replace all 4 cables and the pulleys. Number 4 was just a price per foot for additional cable replacement. Right,
Yeah.
so just as needed,
Yeah,
so.
One thing I'd be interested to know, I don't know if we can, do this with a phone call, but I have an opinion, is whether his replacing cables includes pulleys. Based on my meeting with him, I would say probably does not. Because we never discussed placing pulleys, except those little floppy ones, and those
right,
are getting harder.
right, the little ones at the bottom,
And that's why there's too big a gap between the
right.
pulley and the. But anyway, the point is, I don't think you can get higher quality, small. I mean, I look for them, because I replace them myself.
What's item 5, Ethan?
Item 5 was just a per door, if he couldn't do them all, if he couldn't combine them. I mean, he priced, what he did is he priced the 7 doors and then, but if he had to come out here and just do 1 door at a time or 1 door, that's the price per door,
So he's
is
got
what he did.
a single lift rental just for 1 door.
Yes.
Is what's driving that up.
Exactly.
Okay.
And only be able to make it a trip out, I mean, it's only gonna take you, an hour or 2 to do a door, and so.
But you
Yeah,
probably gotta
driving
pay
from
8 hours for the
Anderson.
lift.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so,
so Ed's quote only includes 11 hangers? No, it's 12.
Just
Well,
So
None
we're,
of them included a big hanger, it sounds like.
no, I'm neutral, I don't care, I just want them done, I want them done good, that's all I care, so.
Yeah, without knowing.
Well, in the
anything
grand
about
scheme of
company,
things,
they're-
with the exception of pulleys, Ed's guy seems a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, $400.
And
And he
if
did some
you
big-
decide you gotta do pulleys, he could just give you a price for pulleys then or something.
I'm not sure, Doyle, about the bigger toilet. He's quoting 1/4 inch cable, and I don't think those are 1/4 inch.
No,
Yeah,
they're
now,
3/16 at the most. Want me to go measure them?
They are 3/16,
Yeah.
we measured them when we was out there.
So they're both the same, probably. So we just-
As long as they're all tensioned properly, they're okay, because not all of them are fraying. I mean, my 2 hangers, I don't have any, I may have
Yeah, but
one.
the problem is you got the ladder, you haven't been up on the ladder up at the top.
Oh, no, that's right.
I just hang there, I doubt if the cables will even move.
Well, of quarter-inch cable's bigger than 3/16, and Ed's guy said he was gonna go the next size up, so that's probably.
Same size.
Quarter-inch cable.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So I think you're getting apples to apples on the cable, at least.
Have you ever worked with, Mark Bennett before? His name is Mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's repaired some doors around here and repaired the roof on the hangar back here. So he's been around here a little bit.
How about the other guy?
I've worked with him quite a bit. Not on hangar doors, but on, he does tons of garage doors and stuff.
Where's Bennett from?
You think?
That's it.
Close to water, man.
He's the local guy.
Oh, West Lafayette.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, I know this is a different subject, but I'll just bring it up. He told me he's gonna give me a quote on those 9-1 hangar doors, which I'm not sure we want to replace it. I'll get a quote in.
Did either one of them say when they could start? Is that a factor?
Mark said, as soon as we let him know. He said it might be about a week.
So the critical path will be the communications with the tenants.
Well, for hangar doors,
Yeah, you wouldn't need to.
Well, he keep going down and working those cables with the airplane in there.
Yeah.
The airplanes have gotta be out to do, if you gotta do cables and all that, they gotta be out.
Yeah, some of them are too tight to try to squeeze between the prop and the.
Well, not only that, but if the ladder falls over,
Right.
Yeah.
or he drops one of those pulleys. Tell me
Yeah,
now,
but
what's wrong with
that's
the pulley? Is it
It was
bushing
sloppy.
in there?
It's just sloppy. Yeah, and on the
So
pin.
there's no bushing in there, it's just a wheel.
Right, it's just a pulley. And it has a brass, I think it had a center brass bushing, but it's not replaceable.
No.
It's part of the pulley.
Okay.
So there'd be what, 4 of those pulleys up at the top?
Oh, I think there's more than that.
There's at least 4,
Yeah.
so.
It'd be 8. Maybe one.
Might be.
Yeah, they could.
I think the guy from Lafayette would probably be a better option. Just cause it's
One
closer.
that he says replace all 8 idler sheaves.
Oh, that was option 5.
Right, but that was his price per door. If he just did a single door. that
Oh,
was-
you're saying it wasn't included in the list of ones?
Oh,
Well, he
on
just-
number
he just-
2,
he just-
yeah. Replace the 4 lift cable doors
Yeah, he
with
says 8
with
idlers.
a
So
2.5
let's
inch
give him
idler
your
sheets.
answer, there's 8 pulleys.
There's 8 pulleys, yep.
And if it was $40, it's probably $5 per pulley. So,
Mhm.
well, I think you need to, somebody's gonna have to, get all this material and all that kind of stuff anyway, and probably wanna tell him, you probably wanna have at least 8 pulleys here just in case. And then you could, you're doing at least one door, right?
Mark already bought one set of stuff. I think, I'm not sure, did he show you that or tell you that? He showed me what he had got. Not particularly for this job, but he communicated with the builders of this, and that's where you got the maintenance manual, and he gave, Ed a maintenance manual.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, it tells how to adjust this stuff and everything, which you can figure out yourself probably, but anyway. So when he communicated with him, I think he said, send me a set, but I saw the box and looked at the cable, but I don't remember if it had pulleys in it. Well, does anybody want to comment more before somebody, like, maybe Ron makes a motion? I mean, she's expressed an opinion.
We kinda did, just cause this guy's very far away, and if we can't get lots of doors done at once, then it's gonna cost more.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the pulley issue with Bennett. I assume that he would address the pulleys if they need to be
Well, let me say, replacing those pulleys based on your description, a whole lot simpler than replacing the cable.
That's exactly right.
So, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he may charge for it, which is reasonable. But, that shouldn't be a big deal. Compared to replacing cables, which he's fully prepared to do.
I think you just tell him, hey, while you get those cables off, plan on 8 pulleys per door. So right now, you're planning on awarding maintenance on 12 and replacing cables on 1 right now, so far.
No, 2 at least.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw one, and I can't remember if it was, I think it must have been in one of my hangars, because that's all I took them into. And we looked at one of those cables, and you could run your hand down on it, and it was rippled.
Okay.
So it had been stretched.
So do you want to pick a round number of how up to 4 doors or just 2?
Well, at this point,
I'd leave it open-ended enough that he can do them all while he's here. If he needs to do them all, he needs to do them all.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And he went home until he looks at it.
600 times 12, $7,200. Plus the $5,400. And then money for pulleys. 12 times 8 is 96, times 5 is.
Except for one thing,
$500.
this 600 may include pulleys.
Yeah, I haven't read it there.
Would it be,
That's
maybe,
whatever he needs to re-cable it.
would it make any sense for?
If he changes the size of the cable, he's obviously gotta change the pulleys.
What'd you call his phone number?
I was gonna say, would it be, shall I try to call him right now and just
Go
say,
right ahead.
but that box may have had pulleys in it, I didn't look at it. I was worried about looking at the cable, I wanted to make sure I was right in saying, hey, the new cable's smooth, and one that's been stretched has got lumps on it. Oh, let me just try to call him.
I'm up to 12.6 right now.
So where are we on funds on that? I think we just figured out. I think we're,
We had more money in maintenance than we did in upgrades.
Simple big, there's several big expenses in maintenance that aren't showing up in there yet. We had it run our zero turn in and
60.
they put some, had it, couldn't go with a single cylinder.
16,000.
So, we're estimating that those pulleys are, and we're only talking about the wheels, are $40 a piece.
No,
No,
they were
$5.
$5.
Oh, $5.
Plastic, or how do you get them for $5 a piece? Seems like they're available. You can get one.
They're not bearing,
Whatever.
they're not a bearing based
They're not
pulley,
bearing.
they're cheap aluminum.
They're just a pin. They have a pin that.
all you're getting is just the wheel.
Hello, Mark, this is Larry Gruber at the Delphi Airport, and we're in the middle of a board meeting, which we're considering your proposal. And we do have a question. If you get this in the next 10 minutes or so, please give me a call back at 765-427-7516. Thank you. Bye. I'm not sure I left a message. I never heard that tone that you normally hear.
Well, here's worst case scenario, you're at 12.6, if you didn't include pulleys, you throw in $500 for pulleys, now you're at 13.1. And you got 16,000 in that fund.
Sure, we won't have to replace all the pulleys.
No, I mean,
Or
some
all
of
the
those-
cables.
Well, the other thing is, once you got the cable off, if there's any doubt, replace it. Now, if it's a door that hasn't been used that much.
I was gonna say, some of those doors are not used very much, so they're not all in the same condition. And the important thing on those cables is if they were adjusted properly, if they're adjusted right, one of them didn't take a load, but that one that broke, the one the cable actually failed because that little latch cable got stuck in the pulley and the guy was still trying to open it. That one cable was taking practically all the load, or at least way more than its share. And we twanged, you know, with your finger like a thing, we twanged the cables and saw that they weren't all the same. Well, he probably isn't calling back tonight. Do you want to go ahead with your motion?
I make a motion that we pursue the work quoted by MBC Roofing for the door maintenance costs.
Should we allow up to 13,000?
Up to 13,000.
13,100, and then Ed or somebody can give him directions what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, I gotta give the key, get the keys.
Door cable set.
I'll throw in $100 just to get this motion over with.
Yeah, it is getting very late. Very late.
Anybody seconding the motion?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Okay, don't run off to this
You
side.
can always go, like, those guys, it's, I got 2 quotes, but that's the best you can do.
Anybody have? Oh, I do have one other thing that really is sort of urgent. And that's because we got it,
Yeah, that just came in today.
today we got a proposal for our property insurance. It's 4.7% higher than last year. However, the insurance policy provides for a 4% increase on the insured amount. What did I call that before? There's the name of that. So what I'm saying is that the insured amount has gone up 4%.
Okay.
The price has gone up 4.7. So that sounded reasonable for me.
So I've got some questions here, like this Kohler hanger, Wolfelt hanger, Stanley Mick hanger, Redmond hanger. We don't own any of those. Why are we insuring those?
Yes, you do.
Technically, we do own them.
Yeah.
We actually hold the title to those, even though we're leasing the land to them for $1 a year. But I understand that technically, we actually do own the hangars.
Really?
No. Even though we wrote a lease agreement that they.
One is also to protect your interest. If the thing was to burn down at the end of the lease, when they're supposed to turn it over to you anyway.
Yeah, but my understanding is that we actually technically.
I think the
own
lease
building.
does make you the owner of the hangar, and that kind of stuff, but then they're paying $100 a year.
They're,
So do they pay?
they're paying
renters insurance?
$100 for maintenance.
Yeah,
That we could plow the snow in front of it or something. But, they have to maintain the hangar building themselves. But, we only lease the land for that hangar for $1. So, but I've been told that we legally own the hangar anyway, so that's why we have to insure.
Airport assets.
Do what?
So those are listed under the airport assets.
I'm pretty sure they are, because we've updated that list several times.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't had any actually.
When we went about
Replacement value, but
Why are we
I
paying
don't see any
insurance
money
on
in
that?
airport insurance.
Well, it's technically.
The commercial
airport
insurance
hangar,
is not a
but
hazard.
they'd have to carry renter's insurance then.
Okay.
I mean, we're
Cover everything inside.
insured
All
hangars,
you
that's
have
where
to
it
do,
comes
you gotta
from.
carry stuff.
So, Ed, when we did the application for this, we didn't really make any changes to it, right? So what you're seeing here is basically the same as we had last year.
But you
Except
say-
the values are 4%
the property values have increased 4%.
No, the price of the insurance. I said it wrong. The amount of insurance on each building has increased 4%. They have a name for that, I can't remember now. It's not a cost of living increase, it's a.
Is it co-insurance?
Pardon?
What they call co-insurance?
No,
Because you
I'll
got
send you
insurance,
a letter.
you think for a certain percentage of what the value is when it comes to
Then you have a
insurance.
separate policy for liability insurance.
I'll see if I can find a letter that they sent to me on this, I brought it, I know.
I think we got in trouble or we got behind on our values 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, we were doing extremely low and then we updated them to replacement cost insurances. And it went up quite a bit, but we said, you can't build that hangar for what the old policy used to have us for. So now I think it's gonna be replacement cost and it doesn't matter what it costs, you're gonna get that hangar replaced.
That's what it says, replacement cost to insured value.
One part to insured value.
Right, and that's what went up 4%, the insured value. The whole, premium has gone up 4.7%. So,
Do we need a motion to approve you pay the bill, or?
yes,
I move that we pay our insurance bill, Assurance Corporate. I'm making all the motions today.
You are.
You're doing good.
Yeah. keep it moving.
Let me get it down.
I do have a comment, but does anybody want to second it before I?
I'll second.
Okay, well, in discussion, one of the things that I don't like about this, that we let happen, is that this insurance, the current insurance runs out on July 26th of this year. And we got this quote today. So it might behoove us next year to consider if anybody, wants to do this, seeking other quotes or seeking this quote early.
Do what?
Well, that they all do that on purpose.
Yeah, that's what Kim
And
is.
so you don't have time
So,
to shop them.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I don't remember who.
Well, you need to put a calendar reminder.
I think you-
I am right now.
did it.
I'll start that process in May.
When you do this and you pay for this, does that mean that you have to be and you're obligated to be locked in for that whole year until your premiums are due the next year? Or can you like terminate early?
I don't know the answer to that, but I dare say, based on my experience with airplane insurance, that you can get prorated. And I dare say that's probably true here. I don't know that.
I'm only asking you that because I was just telling Ken, so like the city, we just switched our insurance carrier, our broker for our health insurance, because our health insurance is going up 25.6%. So I took it up, and I was like, we gotta do something with this, because even giving people a 3% rate would never cover their premiums. So I went with our Astra Insurance, who covers all the city's like assets and things. And I said, do you have a broker that does health insurance? And they said, yes. They actually dropped our premiums, our monthly premiums, $3,000 less than what our current, like what we were paying. So what we were paying was over $38,000 a month in premiums. We just got our first bill with the new carrier, $35,000. So I almost think if you are open to the suggestion, I could shoot Darren, who does our Astra Insurance for their city assets and things, if you would like to, and maybe potentially get you a quote to see if he could save you something on that, because you are connected to the city of Delphi and we are your fiscal agent, to see if he could give you a break on your insurance for coverage.
Well, this is what's insured,
Okay.
so we certainly can entertain that.
I mean, if you're okay with it,
Yeah.
I can send him your information and say,
So you can tell them that they've got to what, the 27th? Or you say,
Well, yes, actually.
You got 3 days after that.
Just hide the premium total when you send me
Yeah.
this.
I don't want to be
You wanna
delinquent.
keep all these amounts the same right
On
now.
the second
on
page, or don't
valuation.
send him the second page.
Yeah, go to the
Oh.
second page.
That way he has the coverage amount, but not the premium. Because I've dealt with insurance a lot. I know how it
Well,
works.
I will say this about them though, like when I did our new things, I sent them all of it and they said, we can beat that.
Yeah, well,
And I
they
said-
might be able to beat it by a lot more.
Right.
So,
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 yeah, I will do the first, I will do as
Tell
you,
him you got multiple.
I will do
quotes
as you
coming.
request, I will send them the first and just say, you know, we're really, like, they're interested in looking to see, can you help them by dropping some of these premiums, you know what I'm saying? So I can send this first thing tomorrow to Darren and say,
Yep.
you know, we're on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Would like to know, can you get this taken care of, because they have a time crunch of, what'd you say, the 20,
You say we have 30 days
right here,
after the-
policy period to,
They can write it fast.
well, we don't want you to have any kind of delinquent insurance or have anything that lapses. So I will make sure that I let him know to look at the policy period and say, this is kind of time crunch. And he's pretty quick about getting back with me. Like, as soon as I gave him our stuff, he was back with it with just in a few days. And he said, here's the quote.
Mhm.
If you're interested, we'll come talk to council.
Now, if we get this and we wanna do it, we will have to figure out some way to get approval to do it, or,
well,
the
I think we get, you have that approval.
Yeah.
I don't think
Already.
it goes that high though. Isn't it $10,000?
Well, no, because it's also based, it's only $10,000, but it's also based on any amount to keep the airport running.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Well, this is your cap right now anyway. If they come in cheaper, you'll go with the other people.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, we can approve you up to
Yeah, 18.
18, whatever, 18,502 or less, depending what the quote is.
Well, look, as long as
I
the
will, I
board,
will
With the
tell you-
first page.
I will tell you, next year, we probably would want to look at those replacement costs because
Yes, agreed.
I don't think we can build 7-unit hangar for 500 grand anymore.
Well, and we can't build the Wolf hangar for 64,000, I can guarantee you that.
You can't hardly build a house for 400,000.
Yeah.
but as long as the board
Yeah.
is in agreement that we need to do one or the other.
So if you're okay with leaving this with the quote for the value part of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and have him give you that part of it, I will send this first thing in the morning to him. Are you
Sure.
good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we want to leave the dollar amounts the same right now because how else
yeah.
are we gonna get apples to apples?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
Do you have this in a digital form? Like when you got this quote, did they send it to you in an email or anything?
Yeah,
If you send it to me in that email, I can actually shoot it off to him tonight and hopefully get an answer by tomorrow.
But delete the second page.
Well, I will before I send it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can send it
Or I can
first.
sit here and redact it too, real quick. I usually just delete the second page, just send them that.
However you want to do it. It makes no difference to me, but I can send it to him this evening because I get my emails and stuff through my city phone. So I can send it tonight and then have him look into it, potentially having an answer for you by tomorrow or Monday at the latest maybe. Which, I mean, you know what I'm
And
saying?
you know, that's the way all insurances do. They all give you a low price in the beginning and then creep
you
it
find
up.
it, Larry?
They boil the frog and then you go out and get a quote, well, the next person's gonna be lower every time. Same way with health insurance,
Yeah.
professional liability insurance, you name it.
Just to get you in the door.
Upload and delete that.
The problem with that is.
Okay.
So,
if,
Very different.
the new
let's
motion
adjourn the
is-
meeting and then we'll all.
Wait, we have to do the new motion to say that we approve you to pay the insurance cost up to
You say.
$18,502.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, let's see
I
now.
guess it would be insurance premium, not insurance cost.
You think the quote will be higher or lower?
So send it to,
Send it to Kurt
She
at
can-
City of
She can
Delphi.
take it off before she knows it.
She's going to,
The top, the name of the company?
no, the,
Oh,
the amount.
yeah.
Boy, one for the recycle bin.
Everything attached on it?
Or trash.
And I'll let you,
Or
do
trash.
we let you keep this then?
In my town,
Oh,
so I either gotta drive twice as far to somebody else.
that's,
You know, I don't know if I'm connected to the internet.
Spend
Here,
So maybe it doesn't matter.
I'll just say, Larry, I can get it to her.
Exactly.
Here.
Are we adjourned?
What's the carbon footprint of recycling? Would you-
Mine keeps saying loaded.
60 miles.
Flora is pretty nice, cause you don't even have to sort it at Flora, you just dump it in the thing.
Well, this,
How's it going?
this place where we used to take it was right next
How's
to
it
the
going?
Governor's Dance Studio.
How's
Every time we go around, we go drop it off.
Look it up.
And it
That's
was-
nice.
I don't think we voted on more.
But then they decided to quit doing that.
Oh,
Did,
yeah.
did we vote on that motion? I don't think so.
They don't pick it up
Yeah.
at the door.
We all said all in favor and then.
All right, all right, good enough.
Yeah.
This
I
page.
always take it up at curbside, but they charge.
Oh.
Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Oh, yeah, I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
You're on a roll.
I know, I
I
did all
second
of
the
them
motion.
today.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I have some questions off the record just to ask you.
Oh, but the thing's still recording.
Okay, you should get it.
Okay, is this?
Mine's still loading. I don't get that. Maybe I'm not on this internet.
Shut that off.
Just because they're clerk questions.